Hey guys, so today is what's today? Today is Monday. It doesn't feel like a Monday. It feels like a Sunday, but today is Monday, June 22nd, 2026 at 8 o'clock p.m. Yeah, see that? Oop, kind of sort of. Oh, this. Oop, bear with me. Okay. Well, that's there. It's not really. Where's my cat? Say hi, Bella. Say hi. Good job. Okay, well, today's Monday, June 22nd. There we go. And I don't have that much space on my phone. Okay. I'm getting prepared to go to the BET Awards. Oh, my eyelash fell off. I'm getting prepared to go to the BET Awards. One eyelash off. Let's do it. And I need to clear my phone because I don't have a lot of space on my phone to record this. So I'm like, you know what? Let me bring the laptop out. That's my privilege. It's cancer season. It's cancer season, and my mom's birthday is July 1st. Cancer season is an emotional month for me because it reminds me of all the times that I celebrated my mom's birthday together. I would bring her a cake. I would make sure my girl was good. I would get what she wanted and just spend time with her and make her feel seen and special. And, obviously that's a big hit when that time of the year comes around and she's not here physically to hug her and hear her voice and her wise words and just be in her aura, her essence, because she had such a nurturing and comforting essence. I know she's here with me now. It feels fake. It feels like I'm just making believe I'm saying this, but this is my reality. So yeah, okay. I know she's here now. Right, boss? She's over there too. So I just had an emotional release. Anytime I hear Stevie Wonder, I feel like the spirit of my mom just pops up because they both have um and had such a youthful voice that just sends chills down your spine. I went to the BET Awards and open casting calls in LA last year with my homegirls, and Stevie Wonder was there, and I was so grateful. I was telling him like I'm so grateful that he's here. Like I love Stevie Wonder. What am I doing with this eyelash, y'all? I don't know. But yeah, um, so I'm basically vlogging. I think this will be healthy. I think I'm gonna start doing this more often, just to get out some feelings and breathe and release it instead of things spinning in my head. And I just wanted to leave a little bit of a testimony on my recording here on my laptop. A part of my prayer was that anytime someone speaks negatively on me or thinks negatively about me or tries to spread negativity, my way or on my character, on my name, on my being, that each time they do that, that someone would publicly and privately stand up and advocate for my character, my being, the way I'm solid, the way I care for others, the way I'm loyal, the way I'm ride or die, the way I'm motherly to others, the way I pour into others and uplift and somebody else. But and that has been coming to fruition, and I just kind of, why is my face like that right here? Being that I'm witnessing that actually happen, like, people, mainly my peers, just pouring back into me whenever I guess someone's not pouring into me. I don't know. But So the first time that I feel like, well, the first time I can remember in this very moment, because I have a lot on my mind, is when I went out to a lounge in Jersey City and I had a back and forth with this girl, and I just felt like she tried to belittle me because of my silent confidence in the way that I stand alone and just vibe out and just, look nice and to myself, and I don't try to kiss ass or fit in. And it's funny because when you walk into a spot, well, at least for me, I already know, and not even like trying to like energetically predict something, but I kind of have an inner knowing, like a feeling, a spidey, tingly feeling of what individual is going to push and pull with my energy, like which one is going to try to test me or try to belittle me or humble me or something. I already know that as soon as I come in and kind of, you know, scan the room. And in my brain, I already felt this was going to happen from this particular individual. Um, I don't know why I just felt like that. Can't really explain further. And that's what happened. She ended up taking a slice of pizza directly out of my hand in front of the whole section in the lounge in the club spot in Jersey City. And I was going to let it go because I am growing. But, I stood up from where I was at and I was like, yo, why did you do that? I'm like, that's whack. Like, it's not that serious. Like, I'll explain that in another video. But anyway, the girl tried to humble me. She tried to embarrass me in front of the guys and the girls that was in the section. I was the newbie to the group because I'm not from Jersey, and I just felt like I've dealt with stupid shit like that my whole life. And it's just really an energy and spiritual thing, I feel like. When people see you head held high, excuse me, and you're just kind of vibing out, people, some people that are not, I guess, healed or that are insecure or whack ass bitches, excuse my French, they do stupid shit like that, like take pizza out of your hand. And me, I know I'm powerful. I know I'm strong. I don't even lift. I literally lift like what 3 times a year. I don't know, but I know I'm strong. I know I'm powerful. I'm so extra. Love that. And I feel like, but I don't be doing much. Just be chilling, vibing, knowing what I know, praying. And sometimes that bothers people, and it literally seeps out one way or another. You don't even have to do much. And I felt like it seeped out with that thing, the girl. So yeah, but right after that happened, maybe I was like, it was really tearing me up because I'm like, I really wanted to lay hands and feet on her. But I had to stop myself because number one, I would have made the girl who invited me out, my homegirl who invited me out, it would have made her business look bad because she was handling business there, hosting, and I kind of think ahead. I used to not think before I act, but now I've learned to think before I act, or else you'll just be a loser bum bitch who ruins everything. So that's not cute. So I'm like, you know what? Let me not do that because number one, if I fight this girl, all of the whatever I have built up inside me that I'm healing and working on, it will come out towards her, and I don't want to put this bitch in a coma. That's number one. Because I know my strength mentally and physically. I know my strength. I know my strength. I don't know hers, but I damn sure know mine. For real, for real. I could do damage. And I visualized stuff before it happened. And what I was visualizing was not good. Like at all. I literally got up and was like nose to nose with her, like, yo, listen, like that was whack. Like you could have handled that another way. I was completely unaware that this pizza wasn't for the group. Because when I go out in sections and stuff with my homeboys or whatever, it's like a family group thing. Like I can Apple Pay you, but we're all sitting together, and no like announcement was made that this is just for like her and her friend. I didn't know. Trust me, if I knew, I wouldn't have did that. Like it was never that serious, and I had money. So yeah, that was that. Wasn't feeling her. Then after that, she started dancing, doing the most in front of the guys, and I'm just still vibing by myself, just like, bitch, you literally don't have shit on me. Look, in any category. So anyway, so right after that moment where it was kind of tearing me up, because I'm like, damn, people always trying me, and I'm so loving and uplifting. You feel me? And a girl's girl to be, I'm very honest. So after that happened, my homeboy Larry, he has a clothing brand named June 8th. He wrote a nice, meaningful post about me in regard to a fashion show he was conducting in Times Square, and he put me as the number one angel. He calls his models angels, and he wrote this nice paragraph slash newsletter type of promo for the fashion show about me, and it spoke to. I'll paste it in this video if I decide to post this on Instagram because this is on my laptop. If I decide to share this kind of testimony, I'll paste what he wrote up here in the corner somewhere. Yeah. So he basically was like, the one they all watch, her energy shifts rooms, and I was just like, God, I know you're answering my prayers because I asked you when somebody makes me feel low or it's not reciprocal or they try to seem like I'm this low character with these, low vibrations, please have another person combat that and override that and them attest to how I really am. Those who know my heart posture know. And that happened. And that just, people don't understand words are powerful. I don't play around with words. I don't play around with words. I try not to say nasty things to people. And if I do, that means I thought hard about it and you deserved it. That means you said something nasty to me. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to dig into my vocabulary and get your ass back. But I do think words leave a long lasting effect on people because it can replay in their mental and their psyche. And that's hard to expel from your brain. So, yeah, he said that in regards to my character, and I loved it. Oh my God. I let him know too. I'm like, that did wonders for me. That fueled me. What that girl tried to take from me and had me in my head, it fueled me and it spoke to who I really am. People need that. Let's be for real. We need it. So that's one thing. And then another thing that just happened is my homegirl Jessica. She does braiding style. She did this style in my hair. Beautiful. There's a whole sun piece that I need to put back on, but this is what she did. Very beautiful. Okay, she did this. For the first day of summer, which was yesterday, June 21st, there was an event called Summer Solstice, and she called me up, and she was like, girl, I need you to be the model. I'm going to do a hairstyle. And it's an all women's event. And it's about radiating and shining bright in the summer. And I'm like, oh, that has me written all over it. And that's what she said. She was like, I chose you because you shine bright and you're radiant. And, you spread good vibes and all this great stuff just pouring into me. And she was like, I'm sorry it's last minute, but my sister was going to do it for me, but she has to go to Atlanta. I just came back from Atlanta from seeing family. So the fact that she asked me and God has me had me back here in New York to be in attendance for it. And I could have still been in Atlanta. I could have been doing anything. I'm literally going to LA in a few days. I could have been not in this state. But the fact that she chose me and the fact that her sister had to be in Atlanta, I just feel like it was so intentional for me to be in that seat at that event and her doing my hair. The event was so healing, like her doing my hair. I felt like it brought out me and Jessica's inner little girl and a child and our creativity and our shine. Our skin was glowing. The other black women were there, black and brown women were there, loving us, loving it, loving the other women. Other women were there selling their bedazzled bandanas, dope crochet bags, all type of stuff. And the energy is funny how God heals you through your creativity, through events, through words, through others' gifts. Jessica has that gift, but it's healing to others. You should have seen the smiles of me walking and taking the train back to Jersey with the hair. I had the sun attached and people were just smiling. There was like little girls smiling and grown women and men were complimenting me. And it's just like when you do one positive thing or you put your creativity out there and it's positive, it really leaves a domino effect and it heals one person at a time. That's what people don't understand. They think stuff is childish, like, oh, you're doing that again, or does that pay? And a lot of stuff does pay and some stuff doesn't, but people are missing the mark. They're missing the point. The point is flow, abundance, divinity, femininity, masculinity, creation. God put us here to create and heal and us to be one and just be happy. And I feel like that's the point that we're getting to. And that was the whole point the whole time. For us to heal and use our for us to heal and for us to use our creativity and you know It doesn't matter if it's paid or free. Obviously, the more you do, you build your resume, it's gonna the wheel of fortune is gonna spin in your favor. You're gonna receive pay. Okay, I receive pay, and if I want to do something just because I'm feeling creative, I'm going to do it. So let's not reduce everything to a dollar amount. Always don't get it confused. Always work for what you're worth, but don't allow people to ask you about your skill set and what you're doing. Don't allow them to always ask you, is it paid, because that's going to shrink your brain with to think that, oh, if I'm not getting paid, I can't create, I can't enjoy laughter, I can't connect with others, with humans. Don't do that. Do what you want and what feels right. Okay, and what feels good. So yeah, so her pouring back into me, I just thought it was dope because I was a little down for a very short period of time, maybe like a few hours. Excuse me, I was a little in my head because because I tried out for the Wild and Out Girls. They held auditions 2 weeks ago, and me and my good homegirl went. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought I had it. Like I knew a lot of people in there. I was looking nice. Skin was glowing. Literally, others in there were even telling me, "Girl, you are glowing." Like, energy was vibrant, radiant. I feel like I speak well. I feel like I'm a fun girl. And y'all, they did not pick your girl. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just thinking, why wouldn't you? But then one of my friends, my very close friends, told me, she's like, girl, you're supposed to be higher. No shade. Don't stress it because they're going for whatever look they're going for. While they should have advertised for that look and kept it real, so I didn't waste my time, they didn't. But that's the part of this game. Like, everybody's not going to want you, they're going to want what they want. And sometimes you're going to show up and they already know in their head they did not want anything, like how you look or nothing. So, that wilding out thing, it had me like a little rebellious, a little combative for only like a day. I'm not gonna lie. After that day, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely dragging it because, um, but I had to get back to me, and by Jess inviting me to this event and having me be the model that she worked on, and all the women complimented me on the way I speak, my confidence. One woman complimented my posture. And I'm just like, wow, that's something I've been working on. Because, when you're heavy chested, it's heavy, it's hard. So the fact that the one girl there was like, your posture is everything. You're so professional. She's like, you stood in a good posture the whole time. You weren't on your phone. You're speaking with the people coming up to you. You're working the cameras at the same time. You get your hair done. All that stuff matters when people say that to you, and that's why I'm saying, put a filter on what you're saying to people. Be kind. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know what they're struggling with. We're at 18 minutes, but I'm just so thankful. My mom's birthday is coming up July 1st. She was a cancer season starting, and it being summer, the first day of summer yesterday, and me being the model to represent radiance and blackness and culture and divinity, and me being back in New York, just leaving Atlanta and going to LA in less than 48 hours, and my mom's birthday coming up, and I had on yellow, and yellow's like a vibrant, happy color. I just felt like everything was so aligned, and it kind of made me forget it that I didn't get chosen for the audition, the Wild and Out audition. And that's one of the things that I've been praying, that God, whenever someone insinuates bad upon my name, my character, my reputation, my traits, tries to, you know, put dirt on my name, try to make people think nasty of me, try to make people turn their nose up on me. I asked him to combat that with someone speaking greatly on me, publicly and privately, about the real Dakiri, the real me, the real Doc, the real D-O triple C, if you will. And that's what happened. So a little while ago, I'm hearing Stevie Wonder play. I chose Stevie Wonder to go on a story post I put of me at the event with Jess and the other ladies, and I just kept watching it, and the post I put up, because it was so beautiful, the yellow, the purple, the gold, and I know I have my mom on my mind. I have my mom on my mind a lot heavy, especially during holidays and especially around her birthday during cancer season, because obviously that's my mom. That's who I come from, and we used to kick it all the time, whether she was well or not. That was my baby, so it just the emotion took over, which is fine. I'm a human, and I just started crying, ugly cry. My cat came over here to comfort me and check on me, so I love her so much. She's sleeping now. Like she plays around. Bella, Bella, say hi. Say hi, promise. And I feel sometimes I do have my moments where I feel alone and stuff, but I just feel so spiritually protected and surrounded by angels, by my mom, by my grandmother, by my great grandmother, the women in my family, on my mom's side, I feel like they passed pretty early in age. And I just feel like I'm healing a part of my bloodline of women. And it's not easy because people talk about you. You would think people would cheer you on more than they talk about you. I have people who cheer me on, but it's not really exactly who I would think. And I think that's so backwards. But I'll take it as it comes because I'm not gonna waste my life saying what people should and shouldn't be doing. I'll just go with the people who are on board with me because we're not here for a long time, but we are here. You know, I was thinking to myself the other day, we're all souls having a human experience. So don't ruin yours and don't ruin anybody else's. The connections that God has been putting in my life, I'm meeting people based on places I'm randomly deciding to go, and they're like film directors. I act. These are things I love to do. It makes me happy. And when I go random places, I'm bumping into these type of people. They're starting conversations with me, and I'm not knowing who it is. But after we're done talking, I'm asking their name, and they're telling me what they do, and it's who I need to be in alignment with. So I just made this video because I want you to know that start praying. God, whenever someone's trying to ruin my reputation or make me not feel like I am the positivity and the energy I'm putting out, have someone step up to the plate and combat that. Let's shut that down. So somebody's like, oh, she's selfish. She's selfish. She's rude. She's, doing her own thing. She's an airhead. She's a blonde, whatever it is. Because people, if you're not like going with the go, the retirement way of life, the matrix way of life, people tend to think you're slow for some reason, but you're really the smart one. You really outsmarted everybody, right? And I've been like this. This is not an Instagram personality. Been like this since I'm a 90s baby. I've been like this since young. Ask my dad. I would say ask my mom, but she's here in spirit. So she's probably somewhere around here floating around. I don't know. But yeah, um, that really made me emotional. The whole listening to Stevie Wonder. I was listening to the song As by Stevie Wonder, AS by Stevie Wonder. And then, like I said, the picture, I'll put the picture up here somewhere. I may put this on YouTube. This might be my first YouTube introduction video. But I had to open my laptop because, once again, I don't have memory on my phone. I have no idea what I'm going to do for LA. I have to delete so much shit. And yeah, let God speak on your behalf through people, places, and things whenever someone's trying to downplay you or get off on you, make you the butt of the joke. Fight back. But you have the ultimate teammate, that's God. And he's funnier and wiser and wittier and richer than anybody, right? So just adapt that type of mindset and don't don't worry. Don't worry about anything. Just give it to God. That's it. Right, Bells? Right, babe? Right, Bella? Yeah. Ah, Um, I love this cat. I love this cat. But yeah, let me stop before I make that dizzy. I guess I'll put this on YouTube. This is gonna be my first YouTube video. It's interesting that this is blurry, but I might leave this blurry aesthetic because it's giving Uvu, Uvu vibes. And I feel like we're in a nostalgic period where the world just needs to slow down and really be present. And I feel like even though Uvu was us advancing in that time period, excuse me, I think that was 2010, 2011 vibes. I feel like we were still present. I don't think we were really on Uvu and doing other things like on our phones and stuff like that. I think we were more so present. Even though we weren't in person, I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, we're laughing, we're taking screenshots on the keyboard. I'm not going to close. I was trying to get the keyboard, but I don't want the video to stop because I could see me doing that. Trying to show you how to keyboard with the freaking camera and me in this 26-minute video. But y'all, everything's going to be okay. Stay in alignment, stay in your purpose because we're all here for a reason. You weren't just born for no reason. There's some babies that didn't make it. So you're not just here for no reason. Oh, whoop-de-doo, I'm just here to take shits and have sex and go to work and clock out. And no, you're here for a reason. So act like it and don't let people shame you out of your purpose. Don't let people trick you out of your spot ever. You'd be surprised. You have to, that's another video. You have to fight, I feel like, through chains and or you have to fight through projections and this and people misunderstanding you and wrong relationships and trauma and this and it's just like dang, I'm just trying to follow my path and my purpose and go to the light. And just because I'm speaking like this, it doesn't mean that I don't do other things like have a drink or dance or wind my waist and listen to DMX. It doesn't mean that. So please, let's not don't I don't like when people start, you know, twirling their nose up and talking crap because someone's speaking positively. Get with the program. It's okay to speak positively because people don't complain when people are talking negatively and complaining all day. So let's just change our perspective and try to do better. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely post this because I like where this led to, and I'm definitely gonna watch it back if I'm ever feeling discouraged. I want y'all to do the same. Please like, subscribe to my channel, comment, leave your thoughts. If you have questions about what I just spoke about, I can answer to the best of my ability. And yeah, let's just continue to tune in because I have a lot of testimonies. I have a lot of stories I want to share that might help you on your journey. I feel like, not even I feel like, I know I've come a long way from certain thought patterns. And, even in my grieving process, I've come a long way. I've had more understanding. I still get sad um, because I still can't believe that that's very strange to me. Um, but I did kind of grow up in different households and I adapt very easily um, to wherever I was at. So that was my saving grace. I've been having that pattern since I was a little girl. So as I'm getting older, it's kind of like second nature, but it's still hard for me because there's certain conversations I want to have with my mother. When I have auditions with acting, with that was her thing, singing, theater, hair, makeup, so original. She used to put lotion in my hair, and I'm not pink lotion, but actual lotion, all type of perfumes and sprays and clip-ons. She was so feminine and divine and different, different. Miss her, and I just feel like I wish I would have had more of her. But what she was going through, it really was hurting my feelings and hurting her mentally, physically. And even though she was spiritually even though she was spiritually strong, I feel like the way in which she was suffering physically, mentally, and even spiritually, it just was hard to watch. And I would always be sad in regard to her. Even though she made me happy, the overall feeling, blanket feeling when it came to my mother was deep sadness since I was small. since I was small. I want to say maybe 6. And I would always think, why is this happening to her? She's such a beacon of light. Why is this happening to her? It hurt me. It hurt me ever since I was a kid, up until she passed, even until now. It hurts when I think about how she was treated, how she her looks just changed, her energy changed everything. So I have to represent for her and for the women in that bloodline because it was taken from them. And people who don't understand, they don't understand. Usually people don't understand unless they have literally similar circumstances. So someone might think, oh, that's a dramatic take, or oh, it's not that serious, but you're not in my skin. You didn't live my life, so you can't tell me how deep something hurt me and the inspiration and motivation I drew from it. But like I said, I'll continue that in other videos. But I'm gonna try this YouTube thing, and it's kind of healing because all that I'm saying was in my beautiful brain. Now it's on video, which reminded me I want to start doing hard copies of things like we used to do, in our day. But yeah, y'all, be encouraged. That was my mom's favorite saying. She used to always say, be encouraged. I have so many voicemails of her saying that, and she used to tell me that in person. And so I'm going to leave you guys with that salutation. Be encouraged, be kind, text or call somebody and tell them something great, a great memory you shared, or something great, a great characteristic about themselves. If you're going to say something mean to somebody, stop. Don't even do it. Delete it. Erase it. Apologize for something mean you did say. All right, y'all, that's enough because I just got a notification, so that's a sign for me to wrap it up. Be encouraged.